Hello, welcome to Career Talk. My name's Reed. Today we're here with Jose, the Assistant Project Director, and we're going to be doing a tour of the grounds. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. So what are some of the responsibilities of your job going through a project like this?
So some of my responsibilities are basically just ensuring that the contractors, when they show up, have all the right material. They have what we call submittals. It's just basically they submit some product data or a drawing of what they're providing, and making sure that that's all approved and making sure it's going with the plans that we were provided from our architect. So it's just more or less making sure that we have the right materials and the guys are on the field have what they need for them to work and work efficiently. So I guess where we can get started with this tour, we can walk down into the street level and I'll show you guys there, and then we'll work our way up. So to give you guys a little rundown of where we're at right now, we're on the street level, far east side. We're right next to the right field entrance. And where we're at right now is, where we're sitting right now is the loading dock area. So we'll have our loading dock area. This is our overhead door for it. Our trash compactor room will be a little farther to the west here. And then we'll have our set of batting cages. We'll have the home batting cage here, and then we'll have the gym, weight room, followed by the locker room. So the majority of the side is all home related. As we walk further, you'll get into the away visitor side, and you'll be able to see the offices that go down here as well.
How long have you been an assistant manager?
So assistant manager, I've been with CCI for a little, give or take, 2.5 years. Love being here, and I love the work that I do. And just give you a little background on myself. Just growing up, I always liked construction. In my family, I grew up with construction, so I kind of got to see it at an early age, and never really looked back. Went to school for construction management. It's a Bachelor of Science at Western Illinois. Went to school there for 4 years, and then, like I said, I worked for a masonry contractor, and I ended up finding the opportunity to work for CCI, and I didn't think twice. I took it, and here I am now. We're building a stadium, and I'm very fortunate to be where I am.
To be an assistant manager, do you need any specific degree or kind of training?
Yeah, so to be an assistant project manager with CCI, you do need a Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. It's recommended. I believe you can probably get in with an associate's, and as long as you have construction experience, it'll help. But I think what they're looking for is a Bachelor of Science in Construction Management, or equal.
So we were here the other day and we saw them pouring this right here. How is the progress going on this area?
So far, so good. As you can see here, we stopped a couple columns earlier to finish out. That's just due to just the natural way of sequencing. We got to get our walls up and our foundations, which we're doing now. Once those up, we can bring the concrete. We can actually pour it in this area. But overall, we're doing good. It opened up a lot more work down here. As we go walk down there, you'll see all the sprinklers getting done. You'll see concrete the CMU walls go up, and then some of the rough-ins in here are getting started. So it's opening a lot of work for us, and we're still tracking, so that's good.
So these people that are working currently, what are they currently working on?
So what they're doing is, as you go, we can start from the back end out. They're laying out their CMU walls, so we got that going on. The plumbers are doing all of their roughing. And then we're starting to hang a bunch of hangers up here for our electrical, for our ductwork, for plumbing. We're going to end up foaming this with spray foam just for insulation, since technically this will be the exterior. I know it sounds funny, this is the interior, but if you're on the outside or you're up on the concourse level, it's on the outside. So we need insulation there, and these guys are just hanging up hangers for their equipment. It's more or less what they're doing. So as we keep walking, we can walk down west down here on the building, and then we can wrap around and you'll see all the block walls go up. So let's go. As you guys can see here, This is the south entrance on the Sterling side. What you'll be able to do is, this is more or less for the management, for the teams. They'll be able to come in and they'll have their locker rooms, visitors on that end, homes on this end. You'll have the umpire room, the coaching room, set of bathrooms down here for them. So,
because of the pandemic, have you had any changes to how you are doing your job, or just different things that you do?
yeah, so with the whole pandemic and COVID, we did have to change a little bit, and just like everybody, I mean, we do have to make sure as everyone comes in, we do have a set of forms they fill out at the beginning of the day, and it's all online for them, so it's all accessible, and they'll have to come in, fill out the form, answer a set of questions with exposure and whatnot. But I mean, all in all, for materials, we've been very fortunate and lucky that we haven't had any delays. There are some items, but it's not like a critical path item where it's going to delay our schedule. But like I said, overall, it has, but at the same time, it really hasn't. It's like I said, we've been fortunate that we've been able to keep along with our schedule, and we've been able to say that we're going to hit our deadline, which is great.
So I know we talked about what they were doing down there. Are we still seeing the same thing, or are they doing something different?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess from what we can see here is the guys are laying out, they've laid out their block, they put their walls up to our deck. The guys that we see here, they're doing their layouts. These guys are the electricians, they're running their rough-ins for their conduit. They're running out for all their wires. Right above your head here is all of our rough-ins for our sprinkler. They're laying their sprinkler lines. They got it all hangered up. We have conduit lines for our food service that are getting hung up. And then pretty soon here we're going to start seeing duct work going for our HVAC. We got doors that are being hung up in between the block walls. The masons are taking care of that, so that's good. And we're just trying to keep them all flowing smoothly and more efficiently. So,
what are some of the things that you really enjoy about being a project manager?
So what I enjoy about being a project manager, I mean, it's just the ability to build something for people to enjoy. I mean, granted, this job, for example, before we started this job, it was a big green open field with a road in it. I mean, there was plans for this place for a little bit in a while, and the fact that we actually could stick a stadium here, you know, and to see the processes of what it takes to build the project and be able to be a part of it, more or less, living 5 minutes out. I mean, I lived in South Beloit for almost all my life, so being able to be a part of this job is just, I really do appreciate it, and just being able to essentially build something that's going to be here for people to enjoy for years to come is just great, and that's what I really enjoy.
So where are we going to be heading next?
So we can walk you guys a little further north. We'll still be on the street level, but just kind of give you a better idea of all the block walls that are being hung up. So we can head on now that way.
So where are we now?
So right now we're at the northwest end of the building. We're still on street level. This is more or less along this wall here is where you're going to have all your offices for operations and the people managing the building, keeping up with the building. And then just past this side of the wall, you'll have the visitor lockers. Where you're standing actually right now is the bathrooms. So kind of the same thing we've been doing on the other side, but just this is the visitor side, and we're doing the same thing, getting block walls up, getting the pipe in for our plumbing. Sprinkler lines are being run, and hopefully we'll start to see some conduit for all of our equipment down here. And we got some spray foam we have to lay on that end too, so we're getting our hangers up, and kind of the same deal we had over there. On the first floor here, it's on the inside, but as you walk on the concourse level, it's outside, so we got to make sure it's insulated. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, we're doing the same thing we've been doing over there, but just in this area here. So Reed, I kind of gave you a run around of what we're doing on the street level here. So if you want to go upstairs, I can show you what we're doing up there.
Sure.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Let's go. So right now we are on the concourse level, which is the second level. What you'll have up here, it'll consist of a lot of the kitchen area, and then you'll have a little retail shop here. You'll be able to come in, buy merchandise, t-shirts, you name it. You'll have your main kitchen will be on this back side, so it'll take up quite a bit, about half of this space. You'll have a kitchen that extends all the way out to that block wall over there, and then on both ends you'll have a set of bathrooms that will be accessible, both women and men. You'll be able to go in through the concourse level for the people that are outside watching the game. You'll be able to go in, and pretty much sums up what we got here. It's more or less a lot of the kitchen and bathrooms.
All right, so then we're gonna be heading up to the 3rd floor next?
Correct, yeah, so let's go.
All right, so unfortunately we weren't able to go to the 3rd floor because of snow, but thank you for showing us around the facility.
Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, it's great to have you guys here, I really do. Thank you guys for coming. Reed, thank you, CareerTalk. It really gives us a motive for you guys to see what's kind of going on, and hopefully next time you guys come back, we'll have everything enclosed and it'll be a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
So,
thank you for watching. If you want any more information about being a project manager, you can contact CareerTalk or CCI.